So, first of all, if you're with me, you can chuck a quick like or say hello. And if you have any things to add to this video, because this is please comment it. And if you're watching in the future, please comment replay so I know when you guys are enjoying these videos. Sorry if it's a sketchy. I feel like I'm in a club right now, 7:30 in a club. But that is the internet, and that is countryside life. And apparently, the internet is a bit funny. Hopefully, it works properly. Anyway, so a few topics to go through. A few topics to go through. Just wanted to give a few morning tips how to boost your morning. I do. Actually, I have done all of these, but it's not like oh, look at me. What's up, Dan? It's not like oh, look at me, look what Regan does. These are things that I've learned from different people, whether it's sporting environment, business environment, researching myself, mindfulness. I've done all of these, and not everyone can do all of these, but hopefully you can use some of these tips to boost your morning. Sweet. Number one, as you can read, is water. Oh, I can see my stream metrics is all red. I really hope this works for the whole time I do this. Is water. So, when you're asleep, 6, 7, 8 hours, when you wake up is probably the most dehydrated you are going to be in your entire day. Especially if you wake up and you have a coffee or a caffeine tea, that dehydrates you more. You're going to piss more. So, first thing you can do is... Oh, I just fucking sniffed a booger up my brain. Do you ever do that? When you sniff and then the booger goes up towards your brain. Anyway, that's not part of the morning routine. Have a coffee, dehydrates you, whatever. Anyway, so you're super, super, super dehydrated. Remember when you wake up after a night out and you're like, oh my God, I'm dying. It's obviously not to that level, but you are dehydrated and your body needs water. So my example is I down a litre of water immediately before I get out of bed. I put a litre of water next to my bed before I go to sleep. But for you, a glass could be 300 to 500 ml. A pint of water would be good as well. And what that's going to do is going to rehydrate you so that all the normal bodily functions can go back up to 90+%. I don't know the science on it. I'm just telling you it works. Give it a go. It's free. It takes you 5 seconds. If you like downing, you can just down it like you're in the rugby club on a Saturday after a game. So if you don't do that, if you don't drink, and if you're one of these people that doesn't drink water all day, I think you're a freak. But try that in the morning. If you don't drink, if you just have a coffee, and if you have nothing else all day, oh God, my camera's fucking up. I hope you're still with me, boys. Yes, Ash, it's still there. Look, it's still in my brain. I don't know if to stop the video and blow my schnozzer or not. Anyway, point number 2 is your telephone. Now, I'm not a dad. I don't have kids to look after. But then again, they're probably not up in the morning. Anyway, phone. A lot of people are stuck on time. A lot of people are stuck in the morning with they want a longer sleep. Whatever. I haven't got a backstory for this one. But basically, if you can stay off your phone for as long as possible, long as possible. I'm going to give my example, but it doesn't mean you can do exactly that. I won't turn my phone off airplane mode until I sit down to work because there's nothing crazy. A boring PT, you guys all know that. Nothing's going to be wild. Everything can wait until for work, because when I unlock my phone, all of you lovely gents have flooded me with questions, and then I have to get in work mode. But that means, oh, my camera's working now. Look at that. Oh, it says it's not working. Anyway, because I have about 45 minutes of things to do before I start work, and I never used to give myself that time. I used to wake up, do this, see my messages, oh shit, be in work mode, reply to these guys, look at this post, oh shit, and it's panic from the second you wake up. Before you get out of bed, you can't even give your missus a kiss before you getting stressed with work. So I don't know if you put your phone on airplane mode overnight. You should, unless you might get an emergency call or whatever. But if you can keep your phone on airplane mode as long as possible. Let's say you have half an hour before you leave the house. But when you wake up, you spend 5 minutes looking at Facebook and what your teammates are saying and what there's some Fitbird on Instagram, whatever. And then when you're having breakfast, if you're having breakfast, which you should, that should be another point, you might just be scrolling, just wasting a couple of minutes while you're eating. And then when you're just waiting because it's cold and rainy outside, you're flicking your phone. That could be 10 minutes where you could be asleep still, or 10 minutes sleep extra, or 10 minutes where maybe you can get a bit more work done, whatever. So that's a time saver, but also you're not going to fill your brain with fucking bullshit news articles, bullshit that you don't want to see. I'm very anti media on your phone. I use it for work because it's the only way to communicate with you chaps. But I don't like scrolling on it all day. I tell my guys who are my members, have a phone free day at least once a week. Because it's not good for your brain, all these messages, all these terrible things in the world. It just reminds you of how terrible the world is, and you compare yourself to all these people. Anyway, if you can, try not to use your phone for as long as possible. Maybe a rule might be when you start to leave the house, if you get the train or the bus, then obviously you're sitting down, you can probably start doing some stuff, whatever, or yeah, something like that. Everyone's situation is different, but that's a good thing to boost your morning. You're not going to feel like shit because you read all these terrible news articles like how many people died that day from whatever virus is going around in the world, or how many people died here, how many people died there. It's just not pleasant to fill your brain with that at 5 a.m. when you wake up. The next point is prep, which is very important. I've got a few sub points for this one. The first prep is breakfast. Eating breakfast is very important. Some people like fasting, which is a good time saver and a good daily calorie reducer. But if you have breakfast and you can prep your breakfast, let's say you prep an overnight oats the night before, let's say you get your eggs out the night before, let's say whatever, you prep for whatever your breakfast is. 10 mins at 7 p.m. Okay, 10 mins at 9 p.m. is a lot more achievable than 10 mins at 5:30 when you're fucking knackered, you're about to go to work for your boss you fucking hate. So if your breakfast is a 10-minute prep, try and do it the night before, then it gives you 10 more minutes in the morning. Prep is also your sleep time. A lot of the guys tell me this is also linked to your phone time, maybe. You have been alive, if you're in this group, I'm sure longer than me. I'm 30 right now, and most of the guys I help are 35 plus. You know how much sleep you need to be optimal, to have a good day, to be happy, to not be a grumpy dick. Mine is 7 to 8 hours. That's a luxury, I know. I'm going to enjoy it until I have kids. But that is what I have, and I go to sleep giving that time. And I get into bed giving more time than that, because you never know what's going to happen. So make sure you are getting that sleep, because if you're doing a training program, your body needs to recover. It needs more recovery than before. And if you changed from being unhealthy and not exercising, you might not feel tired because you don't train all day, and then your body's just full of shit fuel. If you start training, if you start filling yourself with good nutrition that's going to repair your body, you need to sleep. Sleep is where you're going to get the most change. So getting enough sleep. Another thing, prep. What did I write here? I can't read my old bloody writing. Oh, no screens. I kind of mentioned that already. Try and get off your screen. I have a 98% rule. I don't even bring my phone in bed. It'll be on airplane mode before I go in the room, and I slap it on my side, on the side of my bed, waiting for my alarm. Some people actually leave their phone in the other room, and they get an old school alarm clock, which is another way. But yeah, more screens, the more decisions, the more your brain is working, the more you can't think about this, or you read a work message before you go to sleep, or you read this rugby school before you go to sleep, or you see your kid's team sheet before you go to sleep, and it's buzzing around. And that's meaning that your morning is shit, because you don't sleep well when you wake up stressed. Was there a quote? I think there's a quote saying, if you think of work outside work hours, then you're stressed. Something like that. Look at that. I don't know where I heard that from. Next one is, what did I put on here? What is the topic? Did I put shower? Shower. Okay, this is jumping on the bandwagon, jumping on the new trend. Well, the trend was probably a year ago, which is not just a shower, but a cold shower. And I'm talking fucking ice cold shower. When did I do those? 2020? 2020, I did like a mindset program, and we had to do it every single morning. It was not pretty horrible. After like a few days, and when you just realize that that's how you do it. But a lot of soap. We use bars of soap here. We're getting intimate now, lads. We use bars of soap in my house, and bars of soap don't froth up. with cold water. So it was a terrible start to the day because I'd be like, oh my God, I'm trying to rub this bar of soap because it's cold water, it's not lathering up. And then I'd rub my bare wet water on my body and I'd just stink all day. So I had a terrible cold shower and I stank all day. But I've learned to have slightly warm water so I can wash myself. And then I go bang, put on the cold bastard on for like a minute or so. It got very easy. I did it up until this year, and then I just stopped doing it. But it's a good way to wake up. Maybe if you guys shower after work, it might just put an extra 10 minutes in your day. It's not great, but maybe you guys who shower at the start, if you're working from home or if you have like a digital job like me now, not even in a gym anymore, this is my job, then a cold shower can wake you up, it refreshes you. There's tons more other stuff. It can help your inflammation. There's loads of other stuff that it can do, which I don't know off the top of my head, but you should give it a go. What's the last point? Fresh air. Oh yeah, fresh air. Fresh air is, again, probably for you geezers who might be working from home, which I've been doing for 3 years now. And if you undervalue how much a good couple of breaths of fresh air can be, especially if you're working from home. Because you might not leave your house until the afternoon, and only when you go outside. And in England, maybe the brisk, cool air, probably quite refreshing though, but just sounds like a smackhead. But even just opening your window for like 30 seconds, getting some good, cool, fresh air in. Going for a walk, but again, that's time. You guys are all busy on time. But yeah, just getting my dog's scratching on the door. Just getting some fresh air is very important. If you leave the house, you do that already. Even if it's just 20 meters to your car, even if it's walking to work, you do that. But if you don't leave your house, this is for you guys, get some fresh air in the morning. It's going to wake you up. It's going to feel good. Hopefully some sun on your face, not if you live in the UK, but those are all good things. So try those 5 things to boost your morning, chaps. And if you have any questions, if you're listening on the podcast, join this group, Regan's Rugby First Team, or email me any questions, regan@regansrugby.com, or if you're in the group watching the video, just comment on the video. And the second point, which I always share with you guys, because I like to show off, I like to share with you how our members are doing, is the weekly success stories. And I don't have many to share, because I never lie to you chaps. And if I go on my member sheet, I think 2 of my members successfully logged their body weight yesterday, and their weight came down. I think one was Rich, who lost 0.4 of a kilo, and one was this is terrible. Oh, Brian lost 0.6 of a kilo, but no one else logged it, so I can't see how their weight's going down, and that is a progress monitoring issue that I need to address. But for that reason, I don't have any big weight loss pointers to show off about, so I'm not going to show off about them because it's not there. Guys are making progress. It's not just about the weight coming down. Most of my members, I had 2 guys start yesterday. Most of my members are month 2 onwards. And as you guys know, with a big weight loss, there's a big steep drop and then it does even out. And maybe most of the boys are on that evening out level, or it's not as exciting. It's not as big jumps. So that's maybe where they are now. But yeah, there's no massive weight jumps this week. So there's no massive weight jumps to talk about. I was going to talk about Oliver Reynolds. I don't know if he sometimes watches these. Who 2 weeks ago smashed his 5k and 10k lifetime PB running. And then last week he did not smash his 1 rep max PBs. However, it was the most he's 1 rep maxed in a couple of years, all while he's losing weight, all while he's getting fitter, and all while he's learning about monitoring his nutrition, living a healthy lifestyle, and just being a badass. So well done, Ollie. And the other guys need to get your ass in gear. No, just they got to log their body weight for us to celebrate weight changes. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoy these 5 tips. Let me know if you have any more. Let me know if you've done them before. Other than that, have a swell Tuesday. And I'll speak to you soon. Cheers, boys. Peace out.